Hey guys, it's Laurel. Today is Saturday, October 28th, and this is FLOSSTUBE number 27. So I'm glad you have stopped back by to spend a little bit of time with me. I do have a little bit of cross stitch and a little bit of quilting today to share. So welcome back, welcome to settle in, and we'll just kind of get started. I have some FFOs, I have a finish, I have some whips, I have some progress, I have some haul, I have all the good things. So we'll just get started. I don't really have any like super big life updates. Let's see what's happened since last time I talked to you. Not a whole lot. Went to the dentist, had a little dental work done. It's all the excitement in my life, just not a whole lot going on. Just an update on my daughter, she's doing fantastic. She is tired, just like before, but she is loving what she's doing. So we went out this morning, had breakfast, and she FaceTimed us while we were at breakfast, so we got to talk to her for a little bit. So it's always good to see her face. So after breakfast, we met my son. We went and ran some errands, and then we met my son for lunch, and we went and ran a couple more errands, and then we came back, and the boys are out back putting some lattice around the deck. I put the puppies in their crates, and now I thought it'd be a good time to film a video. So we'll just jump in and get started. So last week I watched a couple videos, and there's just a whole bunch of people like finishing a bunch of stuff, and I was like, I should probably, finish something every now and again. I mean, I am a process stitcher. I just enjoy stitching. Now, I do like to have the stuff, displayed, but I'm not all about getting it done so that it can be finished. I just enjoy the process of stitching. So, but I did have a couple little things that I wanted to finish. I saw, some little tips and tricks on some videos this week, so I thought I would finish some stuff. So the other night I got home, and the boys were gone. I don't remember where they were, but I had a little bit of time, so I did a couple little pillows. It took me a couple nights just between dogs and everything, so I got those finished, and I have a couple other things that I have bought some stuff for that I don't want to show you yet because I might change my mind about what I'm doing. So I'm going to show you the two finishes first. So the two FFOs, sorry. So the first one is Penny Pumpkin by the Scarlet House. This is from 2014, but I was not back into stitching in 2014. So I had seen this. I'm like 99% sure it was on Brenda Serial Starter, and I couldn't find it anywhere, and I had messaged Brenda to ask her if she knew if it was still in print, and she said she thought it was, so I did a little more digging and got it. So I stitched this on a Ada, which it has over one stitching. The little stars are over one stitching. I didn't pay any attention to that when I picked my fabric out. I was just so excited to have found the pattern that I grabbed some Ada. So, of course, I did the big part first, and then I did the border. Sorry, I'm dropping stuff. I did the border, and then I got to the little ones. I was like, oh, no, what am I going to do? Well, it wasn't that big a deal. You can just change stuff. Don't ever be afraid to do something because it has over one, because you can always change it because nobody's going to come in your house and know. Like nobody. But this is my finish. I made it into a pillow. And I do not remember. Oh, wait. Maybe I do know the name of the Ada. I might be telling a story because I might have put my sticker in here. It is. Yes, it's a piece of 16 count gray hand-dyed effect Ada. 16 count gray hand-dyed effect Ada. And I have another piece of this for another project, and I want to say it has some sparkles in it, but this one But this one doesn't have any sparkles, but it has kind of the marbling. So I'm very tickled with this. I don't remember the time frame of stitching it. I do remember I started it sometime during right around the lockdown time. And I had, who did I talk to? I had messaged somebody about how much she did hers in a pillow, and I had messaged her about how much space and stuff she left. And then I was just terrified to actually trim it because I just love it so much. And this is the back fabric. I did just glue the trim on with the Aleene's like everybody's been talking about, and it's just as good as what they say. So I'm very pleased with that. I went in to show my husband the other night. He was sitting in the living room and I finished it and I was like, look, didn't it turn out good? And the dogs got so excited because they have a toy that is very close to this size. So I was like, I will just be displaying this in my sewing room where no dogs are allowed, because we would like to keep that in one piece. And then the next piece I finished is There's Probably by the Scarlet House. Yes, there's a pattern here, but we all know that I love the Scarlet House. So this does come with both sayings. There's probably dog hair and there's probably cat hair on this. So I knew I wanted to do this in a pillow from the minute that I bought it. I had done this during Mania. I don't know, a couple years ago. It was I did Scarlet House as my Mania designer. So this came out in 2019. So maybe I would say I did Scarlet House either in 20 or 21. It is now 2023, almost 2024, and I just finished it. I mean, I've been done stitching it, but I just FFO'd it. So this is also a pillow. And I just love it. This little design right here, it was so much fun to stitch. I think she has that in some other patterns as well, but that was so much fun. The trim is I've had this forever. I think I bought it probably at Joann's to do some other project. I don't think it was this that I bought it for, but I did have just enough for it, so that turned out good. And it's about the same size as that other. I mean, I know it looks giant when you put it up at the front. So this will also not be displayed. I originally thought I would put it in the chair in the living room, but no, I would like for them to stay in one piece. And this is finished on the back with grunge, one of the black grunge fabrics. I wanted to do the back in, or is it this one? One of them I had in mind to do the back in black corduroy, but I couldn't find my corduroy, so I don't know. I am that person. I love corduroy. I know it's not in style or anything, but I love it. I have a bag that I made one time. It's kind of buried over there. I'll show it at some point, but it's like my favorite bag. I just love it because just the design in the corduroy just made it, and I love it. So that's my 2 FFOs. And then, so I've been doing my rotation, like my stitch rotation, staying, fairly close to being on it. I'm not going to say I stuck to it 100%, but I stayed on it pretty decent. But I really was at a point that I was touching so much stuff, and I talked about this last time, that I was touching so much stuff that I wasn't seeing any progress because although it was a lot of stitching, it was on multiple pieces, so I wasn't getting big chunks of anything done. So I've had this piece forever. Like, I bought this came out in 2016. So I wasn't stitching then. So, but anyway, when I was back into cross stitch, this is one of the first things that I was like, ooh, I love that. I have to have it. So I've showed it 100 times. Penny Autumn by Plum Street. I've talked about it 100 times. Y'all are sick of hearing me talk about it, I'm sure. but I finished it. So it is on a piece of 32 count Legacy Lugana by Picture This Plus. 32 count Legacy Lugana. Now, when I started this, I did it because it was 32 count. So I was like, 32 count, you have to do 2 strands over 2. If I do the other, what is it? Penny Spring. If I do that on 32 and it's Picture This Plus, I would definitely do 1 over 2. Because I think that's why it took so long. Because, I mean, it's pretty and everything, but it just wasn't laying as pretty as it would have if I had done just 1 over 2. So here it is all finished. I did have a good time stitching this, even though it took forever. It took way longer than it should have, but I love it. So I don't know how I want to finish this. I had originally thought I would do it in a pillow. And then I said, no, I want to do a frame. And then I was like, no, I want to do a pillow. And now that it's done, I don't think I want a pillow because I'm accumulating a lot of pillows, but I can't finish everything into a pillow. So I'm thinking possibly, I had found this piece at Hobby Lobby last week. I bought a couple check fabrics. And I do have, I have another check fabric that is similar that I used in that one right there. I think that might be Priscilla's Pretty Plaids. I don't know. So I thought about putting this on here and then finishing it in this, but I'm not 100% sure. And then I had bought some giant rickrack, but it was too giant for this piece because the piece is kind of dainty the way it's finished. So then, I'm sorry, I'm just folding it up so you can kind of see. Well, that's a terrible folding job, but anyway, it would fit on here. I just don't know. I think I almost would rather the white show versus having the check around it. And then I'm not sure if I want to do, like, feel like it would need something around the edges. So I don't know if maybe I could do like a twine or a jute. And then I had bought this the other night. I went by Joann's just to kind of see what they had. And they have this little pom-pom trim. So then, I don't know. Y'all tell me what you think. I don't know. I feel like almost then the black kind of throws it off. I don't know. However, I decided to finish it. It's going to be super cute because, I mean, it's just beautiful. And it's very fall, and I love fall. It's like my favorite season. It's like 2 weeks long here, but I love fall. I've said before, I'm not a Halloween stitcher. I think there's tons of like beautiful Halloween pieces. I'm just not, it's just not my thing. So there's a lot of pieces that I have seen that are labeled as Halloween pieces that I like, but I do intend on purchasing those, or the ones that I have, I'm going to un-Halloween them. And I talked about that a while back in a video, and there is one that I have that is a Liz Matthews that I would like to go ahead and start, even though I shouldn't, but it's one that I will do that too. I will on Halloween. Okay, so that is my FFOs and my one finished piece. So I do have several other smaller ones that I would like to kind of do the same thing, like just get and just bust out and be done with them. But I also have my rotation that I'm starting to see some progress on some pieces there, so I don't want to mess that up either. So we'll just see what the next couple weeks holds, and I guess we'll all find out together 2 weeks from now how much I get done. I do have my new Whipco piece. There were 2 numbers drawn, But one of the numbers that was drawn is one that I have since UFO'd that project. It was Spring Salt Boxes by Plum Street. I'm still going to do it, but the fabric that I had picked out for that, I do not like at all. It was very hard for me to use. It was like I don't even remember exactly where it came from, or I thought it was a Lugana just the way it was, but none of the Monaco, sorry. But none of the Monacos that I have match that. So I don't know if it was an older Monaco and they've changed how they process it or manufacture it or whatever. I don't know. But anyway, I was trying to make myself finish it because I had already started it, but I just wasn't enjoying it. So since that was one of my pieces, I only have one new WIPGO piece for this next month. Now I still have Nutcracker Village from last month's or the last time's draw for WIPGO, and I haven't worked on it yet, but I'm going to try to work on that later today and get my hour in. So this piece, the other WIPGO that got drawn, is a piece that I don't know. I tried very hard to want to still like this, but I was on the fence with it. There were two pieces I UFO'd. This almost got UFO'd, but there's just so much done on it. I don't know how I feel about it. So again, this is the purpose of me doing WIPGO the way I am, is to stitch on an hour and see if I still love it or not. Here's the church. Now I do love the chart itself. It's beautiful. I wish that I had stitched it on like a platinum Lugana or even like what is that? Lamb's wool Ada or something, just a plain piece. But this is the one that I like coffee tea dyed to death. I changed some of the colors. I mean, look at this. That's no fun. That is no fun at all to work with. Nothing is on a pretty floss drop. It's awful. Like when I started this one, I literally this is one of those ones that I had masking tape around the edges from the days of, that's what we used to do. You just did, and that was normal. When I pulled it back out, I was like, oh, no. So I cut the masking tape off. I did some more stitching. I'm not going to say that I love it, but I don't have the trees done yet. And I think the trees are what makes it so very pretty. So I think, and I'm not sure about the people, I may change it and just fill in the front of the church, put a door on the church and finish stitching it and leave the people out and do the trees. But I don't know. This fabric is just killing me. So the white pops really good on it. And I guess let's just do this. Once you kind of fold it in from all the crazy from the side when it's done, I don't know, maybe it won't be so bad and it won't show all that crazy. I mean, I loved it when I first did it. I thought it was the coolest piece of fabric ever, and now I'm like, oh, what were you thinking, Laurel? That's not great. But again, that's the purpose of my WIPGO. So we will find out. So I'm going to try to get, I don't know, next couple weeks are busy. So I'm going to try to squeeze my hour on this for the next video, but I might not make it on this one, just to be honest. So we'll see. I did work on wildflowers, and I know last time I told you I worked on it, I wasn't going to show it, and I'm still not going to show it because I need to have a little more progress before I show it to you, so you'll see a difference. But it is coming together, and I'm still determined to get that done by January. I have 2 more whips that I worked on in the last 2 weeks. The first one is my new Sunday piece, My Big Toe, Disturb Us Lord. So since I finished Though He Seemeth Sleeping by Lucy Beam, I had been doing that on Sunday. This is the piece that will replace it. I was down to, I had finished all the words to here, and I was starting on this section last time we talked. So I worked on this, and I was coming along so good. And then the frog had to come see me. The frog has been a couple times to see me the last couple weeks. He hasn't been in a big way in a while, but he made up for some lost time. So this is where I am. You see that really pretty red scroll down here at the bottom that I'm working on? Isn't it pretty? I just want you to know it was really pretty and green the first time I stitched it because I stitched the wrong color. I had no words for myself. I was like, I cannot believe I did that. Like, I was literally, so I'm stitching along, right? And when I had like finished this line across, I had started, I think the last video I had a little bit of this stitched. And as I'm stitching, I'm like, that's really weird that that color was picked for that. That's just weird that it's the same color. But did I stop and look at anything? Nope. I just kept stitching. Stitching, 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 stitching. I didn't have quite this much done. I probably had that much done in green. So I'm looking at it, and then I'm looking at the front, and I'm like, that's not green. Which this is the cover is the overdyed color. So of course the DMC is going to look a little bit different. But it's still, I was like, that's not right. So I start looking at the colors here versus the colors up here that should correspond, and they weren't. You see these things right here? They're not working very good. So the symbol for this and the symbol for this, one is a plus and one is an X. But my eyes saw them as the same thing. They're not. So the frog came, paid me a visit. I pulled it out and started again. So I will get it back out tomorrow when we get home from church, and I will work on it and continue with the right color now that I have figured that out. Okay, so the next piece is my focus whip, Pandemic, Long Dog Samplers. Guess who came to see me on this one? Frog came back. I had finally felt like I was getting in a rhythm. Getting some stuff done, coming down. The last time I showed it, I had done in this border, I think I don't think I had started these yet. I think I was on my last little fidgety thing right here. So I did this one. I came down and I was like, ooh, I'm excited about this little braid down the side. That's really pretty. So I was watching TV, which I normally am when I'm in the living room stitching. There's normally TV going. Came down, got right here, came down, did this first one. Now, in my defense, we were watching John Wick, and I was very into the movie, so I really was not paying too much attention. But I was like, oh, it's repetitive. It's fine. I'll just come down. If you would look at the middle of this one and the middle of this one, they're different now because I fixed it. This one I had stitched the same as this one. I was all the way down here before I realized it. I was going to leave it and just fudge it, but the problem is this link or braid or whatever you want to call it is not as long as this one. So in order to fudge it, I was going to have to come down in my next area and change some stuff. And it was just too much thought to put into that. So I tore it out, back up to here, restitched all of this, and then I came over and started on this tree. And I might have put his tail in. I don't know if he had a tail last time. I can't remember. But this, and really this again is what I have done on that piece. So it's starting to grow. It'll be a process. We'll see. But hopefully the frog has been to see me plenty and won't come back. because he spent plenty of time with me, so he can come visit someone else, or he can go on vacation or something. That's all I have to say about that. Okay, so I want to show you haul next. I was going to be good. I was really trying to be good, because I told you I had some dental work. Dental work's not cheap, and I was like, you know, I got to be good. I was not good. I was not good. So I'm just going to show you what I bought, and it just is what it is. I can still pay my bills. It's okay. I just got a little happy. And you know, when stuff's on sale, it's really, really hard to not buy it. It's really hard. All right, so first I got some stuff today. What came with this? Oh, okay, I got some stuff today in the mail when we got back home. So in the mail, now I already had this. I'd shown you this. I'm sorry, the sun's coming in. This is Dwelling Place. I talked about this last couple of videos. I did talk to Jan. We are going to start this on, we had talked about starting this on Thanksgiving Day. So I already had all my floss. I need to double check and make sure there wasn't anything missing. But I was kind of back and forth on my fabric. So I was like, I might do this, I might do this. I was thinking about doing doubloon, but then I looked and it's a little, I don't know, more yellowy. And I wanted to make sure all the flosses like showed. And I was like, I don't know. So I couldn't get the called for fabric. It's out of stock. So it's back and forth, back and forth. So I finally was like, you know what? I'm just going to order something because I'll have time. I could place another order and get something different if it didn't work. So today in the mail, I got 36 count beige by Weeks Dye Works. And it's bigger than this. I'm not going to unfold it the whole way. But I think that'll be pretty. What do y'all think? I think it'll be all right. It might be a little darker than that, but the shade, the beigeness of it, I think is good for the floss. So we'll see. So I'm going to do a little floss toss later this afternoon. Get all my flosses out and just lay them on there and see how they play on that fabric. I do have another fabric that I've had in my cart like 3 times and I keep taking it back out, and I might just go ahead and order it anyway because I know I'll use it for something else eventually. Okay, so now I want to talk about some patterns that I bought. So, and some of these are freebies. If you watched Jan's last video yesterday, I think yesterday, she posted her 3rd video, and she was talking about, she had this beautiful pillow she had done that she had stitched, and she said it was a freebie from Stone Street Stitchworks. And I was like, I know I've been on their freebie page and I don't remember seeing that. So this is the chart. She did hers reverse. She stitched hers in like a white or a cream color on red linen. You need to go watch that video and just see that pillow. You will want to go download this right away. So since I was there, Jan, I did get the other one she showed. She also showed this one, Quaker Postcard. I don't know why. You know, it's free. How can you not like download it? This one, I feel like I may have downloaded at one point. Lisa, is that right? Lisa? Lost in Stitches, I think. I don't know. Somebody had talked about this in a video. So download that one. That's not very big. That would go super fast. I mean, it's like, with a 36 count, it's like 3 by 2.5. That's little. Even a 1428, it's only 4 by 3. So I thought that was cute. I think Jan showed this one also. Am I missing one? I don't know. Mary Dawson's House. That's cute. That would be a cute little sampler. And then I did have one more. Where might it be? It was a, here it is. This one I really, really like. And it's little too. It's 107 by 107, so it'll be 6 by 6, stitched on 18 or 36. It is Flowers in a Window. So thank you, Jan, for showing us all about that site. And I think she may, if you go in and watch her video, I didn't look in the description box, but I think she may have links and everything to the site. I'm not sure. But just some more freebies because they're free. And then I also got Olga Plum Street Samplers. I bought this because someone has recently been stitching that and showed it on their floss tube. I don't remember who it was. There's Olga. And then I'm in a club with the Silver Needle, and I had gone on the website to look to see if there was any information about the club being shipped. I don't think it ships till November, but I was on there looking, and I saw they have a sale site. So I went and clicked a sale section. So I went in there and clicked on that, and I found a ton of charts at like half price or discounted, and I did a little shopping. So the first one, I want to say this might be out of print. I don't know what year this was, but I had seen someone stitch it and tried to find it and couldn't. So if it's not out of print, I'm sorry, I spoke out of turn, but this is Tree of Life Samplings Penny America. So cute. And then I got Elizabeth Hunt with a needle. I got this super cheap. I got it for like $9. Regina Habel. Someone just showed this on their floss tube this week. That's another with that needle. I'm not really sure who it was that showed it, but. And then I got Hello from Liz Matthews, Token of Fall. I love that bird. Winter Garden by Hello from Liz Matthews. Oops. By Hello from Liz Matthews. I feel like this may be the one that somebody stitched on Navy also of hers. I can't remember. But I think that's cute. I don't think it's, is it very big? 161 by 105. And then Marianne Kopp. I got this for $10. Look at the border. Is that not beautiful? Oh, love it, love it, love it. Love it. And then the last piece of haul I got for cross stitch before I go into quilting is like a finishing piece. I went to Dollar General the other day to look for something. I don't know what it was, but I looked at their Christmas section and they had this, I don't even know what it's supposed to be. It just says Christmas tier table. They have this one and they have a bigger one. I might go back and get the bigger one. And it's almost like a little dish. I mean, it's got a indentation in it, but I thought it would be really cute with a little Noel stitched down for Christmas. So we'll see. It was like $3. So, and the big one, it's probably not quite twice as tall as this, and it's about yay wide. So I might go back and see about that one. I don't know. Okay. So plans for the next 2 weeks for stitching. I'm just going to see what I can get done. We have plans this coming week. It's my birthday week, so we are planning a weekend trip. We're going to a concert Thursday night, and then we're going to plan a little weekend trip, so we'll see. I may take some stitch with me, but I don't know how much I will get done, so I have 100 things started, so there won't be any boredom or anything there. I can not have any trouble getting anything done there. So I hope you'll stay for the quilting. I do have just a little bit. I'll try to be fast. But if not, I'll see you in 2 weeks. And I hope you get lots done. So for my quilting, I'm going to start with haul. I had spoken before about M&E Quilt Shop in Sandusky, Ohio. It was Mabel and Ethel's quilt shop. Mabel has retired and Ethel has just remodeled and reopened the store. So she had sent a newsletter out and was just talking about the grand reopening or whatever. So they're the site that has the free Kim Deal Patterns tab. So I went in there and looked. So I printed off a couple more. You know, not that I've done the last ones I showed you, but I printed off Farmhouse Christmas. I have a lot of, I mean, it's really pretty in her fabrics, but I have a lot of green and red batik scraps. And I thought that would be pretty in batiks. So hopefully that will be up and coming. And then I also got October Morning Maple Leaves Lap Quilt. And this I would definitely want to do in her fabrics because she has really good teals. And I'm not a green person, but I like her greens. This is finished quilt is 64.5 by 64.5. The other one is, this one is 56.5 by 62. So they're not giant. They would be really pretty back here. This is my Jelly Roll quilt from last year's Jelly Roll Day. It is a free pattern on Fat Quarter Shop. I don't remember the name, but I think it's a Zen Chic pattern maybe. But if you look in free quilts and then look up Jelly Roll, or just look Jelly Roll quilts, you'll find this one. It's free. You can download it. And then I got this book, the Civil War Love Letters quilt. There's a couple of these. There's another one that has a little soldier in the middle, and I can't remember what that one's called, but I want that one too. And it is, I mean, it's just pages and pages of these old quilt blocks, and it has some letters from soldiers and stuff in here. So I really like that one. I'd had my eye on it for years, and I don't know, I was on Amazon ordering something, and I thought I'll just go ahead and get it. So I do hope to get the other one, and there may even be a third one, I'm not sure, but I just thought. And then I have done some sewing since I saw you last, but what I've sewn are just the repeat of blocks that I have already shown you. So I have made some progress, but if I show them to you, I'm just showing you the same stuff that I've already shown you in a video. So I won't show those blocks again until I get them into a quilt. I am going to quilt camp in a few weeks, and the next video I will talk more in detail about quilt camp and show you what I'm taking. It's my intention to take a bunch of these unfinished projects and get them done because I have a ton of new stuff I want to start, and I haven't quite been able to bring myself to start anything with as much starch that I already have. Someone's outside my door. I don't know what's going on. Now, in the last video, someone had commented on my shelf. I'm kind of at a different angle now, but on the corner of my shelf, I had a box, and they asked me what was the box. Could I show what it is? So this box, I'm gonna try to not shake you too much. This is Modern Building Blocks by Moda. It comes in one of the snazzy boxes that has the quilt on it. This is an older program. I'm going to say it's from 2014. So the quilt shop that I worked at was offering this. They had a laser cutter, and they were offering this quilt as a block of the month with laser cut pieces. So you could get batiks or you could get solids. So I chose solids because I had not ever done a quilt in all solids. And I was like, this will be different. I'll love it. I'll do it. I got really bored. So it's been sitting. I worked on it one time since I had initially started. And I was like, you know, I don't know. But it's so pretty when it's done. It is such a pretty quilt. So this is what the quilt will look like. And I love these that have all different sizes, which is similar to the Barnstar quilt that I'm doing, where it's different sizes of blocks that are put together and done. So this is what it looks like. And if you look up pictures of modern building blocks by Moda, you will see the most beautiful pictures of this quilt. One of the models is done with just straight line quilting, which I could do on my machine here if I was to ever actually finish the quilt. But I'm going to show you the blocks that I have done. Some of them are not ironed. They just literally, I pulled them out of the box as they were, and I haven't even unfolded them to see what the piecing looks like. So we're gonna see it all together. All right, so I'm gonna show you. I had some of these that I had started sewing the blocks together. So I'm gonna show those first because they were on a hanger, so they're not quite as wrinkly as the other ones. So these finish at, let's see what size these are. These will finish at like 6 inches in the quilt. These. So it is really pretty, like when you kind of look at it from afar. I just think I love a little more texture in my quilt, but like I said, once this is done and quilted, it will be a beautiful quilt, and it's big. It's a really big quilt. So here's some more. This is one of the bigger blocks. It might be a little wrinkly. This is like, there's two really big blocks. This is one of them. And you can see I can barely get in the frame with that. And then this is I got a couple going on here. Let's see. Oh, this actually has quite a bit sewn together. So this is one of the other bigger blocks with a couple other ones attached. So let me scoot back. You can see as they start to come together, it really is going to be pretty. And I actually, when I pulled the box out, I had more done than what I thought. So these are all the ones that were in the box, and I don't know what they look like, so let's just see. And it came with all kinds of little cards and stuff. It came with this sleeve, and inside the sleeve it has the directions for the blocks. I looked up, of course they don't sell the box or anything anymore since it's so old, but there are some listed on the secondary market, like on eBay and stuff. This is a nice little tool because it has, like, on the back you can see how many different blocks it has in the different sizes. So this is a really good reference for even just if you had some scraps and you wanted to put something together. So if it's something you're interested in, I do think it's worth a little bit of money just to have this for what it is, for reference. This one is not one of the biggest blocks, but it's like the next biggest block. And you can tell it's been folded up for quite a while. I've got some more little ones that are not put together yet. And you can see none of the blocks are like super complicated. They're all just, I mean, you know, that's not hard at all. friendship star. Now a couple of them, ooh, pressing was bad on this one. Let's hold this one back here. And I have to say, to have started this, oh, this was a real hard one right there. When I started this, ooh, we just cannot look at the back of these. When I started this, it was probably above my skill level, but the points don't look too bad. I mean, some of them are off, but it's okay. Quilting hides a lot. Ooh, some of these, I'm going to need to repress some of them. I would definitely, ooh, I remember this one being such a tough block. We will hold this one way back. This one hurt me because it had so many pieces and because it's pink and orange together. That's painful. But this one, I actually had to buy some more of this red, which I think these are all like basic colors with Moda. I had to buy some more of the red because I messed this one up somehow. I'm not exactly sure how I managed to do that. There's a couple that I'd sewn together. I mean, I have a lot done. There's still quite a few packages in my box. But I feel like I may be over halfway done with the blocks. I'm not sure. I don't remember who it was. I can't remember your name that asked me to get this out, but thank you for asking about this. And if this isn't the one you were asking about, describe the box a little bit better to me, because I got a few boxes on my shelf. But thank you for like bringing it up, just because it brought my attention back to it, and I may want to get that back out and work on that. But I have this one that I would like to do. I still have my the 4th of July box from Fat Quarter Shop from 2 years ago. It's almost done. I have 3 more blocks to do, and then I can put it together. I have my Barn Star sampler. I have my Sweet 16 swoon. I have the Teresa Kogut one I want to start. I have was one of the designers, Riley Blake designer. It's not the designer mystery, but it's where all the designers do a Riley Blake block from last year. I have it left to do. I have a lot to do. So we'll see. But like I said, next video I'm going to show you everything I'm taking to quilt camp and what I hope to have done there. The next thing I want to talk about, and then this is it, and that'll be the end, is the hearts that I talked about last time for my daughter. If you didn't get to see that video, my daughter's in the military. I had sent her, she is on her first deployment. I sent her, when she left, I gave her a quilted heart to put in her pocket so that she could always have a piece of home with her. When she got there, she asked me if I would make some more for her because she wants to give them out as Christmas presents. And I've had several of you ask for the address to send some hearts. So I just wanted to real quick go over the hearts. There's no pattern. It's literally a heart, 2 pieces of fabric with a piece of batting between it. It's like a little mini heart quilt. Just big enough that it doesn't like, you know, it's no bigger than the palm of their hand. So my husband made me a little template out of an index card. I just sewed them down, left a slit on the side, sewed them, flipped them, and then I'll just whip stitch this little end together. I probably left this much to turn it. I did clip the corners and right here in the middle. Now, if you do your heart and you flip it and it's real bunchy right here in the middle, just clip the couple threads that you'll see right there on the top and it will lay really pretty. So if you're interested in this, just message me and I can give you the address of where to send those to. If you're not interested, it's not a big deal. I mean, I'm going to do these every time I sit down to sew. I'm going to do a couple just to get those sent off. So I do appreciate those that have offered their help or those that have just sent kind words to my daughter. It's very much appreciated. I have relayed those messages to her and she's very grateful. So that's all I have for today. I need to go see what's going on. I hear lots of doors opening back here, so I think we have some company. So I'm going to jump off here and see what's going on there. I will be back in 2 weeks, is my hope, with an update video and fill you in on the birthday trip and my progress coming up. So Until then, hope y'all get lots of stitching done.